Hey there everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host Puborama, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the Titan 250D. This is an aircraft that I think a lot of you are quite excited for, and I am as well. But what I can say is that it has some weird things going for it, especially when you compare it to the Avenger, and I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinions on the Titan. You can let me know in the comments down below if this is an aircraft that you are excited for, or if you don't really care too much about. So let's start off with the weaponry. We have three different weapons. We have a cannon, a little Gatling gun on the front. We have a 40mm cannon here, and we also have a 105mm cannon, all with their different capabilities. So we're going to start off by entering the back of the Titan. To do this, all you need to do is hold the enter button, and we're going to hop right into the back here. Unfortunately, you have to have other people using the aircraft while you are flying it to use these weapons. So we have the 40mm cannon here. This is the same cannon which you can use as the pilot. So we can see this 40mm cannon gets 5 shots, shoots them decently fast, and does about the same damage as a sticky bomb or RPG with these shots. It takes about 10 seconds to reload, and overall, it's okay. You also have a 25mm cannon, and this is what is really OP. We can see that this 25mm cannon is basically a machine gun. But what's insane about it is that these are not your grandmother's rounds. These are explosive rounds, as we can see. The same explosive rounds that you're going to find on a laser, that you're going to find on any aircraft that used to have explosive capabilities. What I mean by that is OG explosions. The Savage, the Laser, anything like that, the Hydra, these are the OG explosive rounds. So basically, with 30 rounds, you can blow up an Insurgent Pickup Custom, you can blow up basically anything. And it's got a super quick reload as well, as we can see. So yeah, this is definitely the most dangerous weapon. And then you have the 105mm cannon, which it literally won't let me shoot, as we can see. It just won't let me shoot it while I'm on ground. So we can't really mess around with the 105mm cannon, but that's not too big of a deal. And the reason why is because from other YouTubers, I have noticed it seems to be rather mediocre in its capabilities. It's actually really mediocre in its capabilities, which is a little bit disappointing. I was hoping the 105mm cannon was going to be really good, but it's not. Now, when it comes to weapons, they are all unlocked as you purchase the aircraft. So there's no weapon upgrades you're going to put on it. They all come automatically equipped. When it comes to the actual plane's capabilities, it does have flares, which is pretty sweet, and spammable flares at that, as we can see. And the Titan is actually decently fast. It's definitely faster than the Bombushka, but I'm not going to say it's anything quicker than, you know, most other propellered planes. It's still pretty slow, but like, it's definitely the fastest of the larger aircraft, which is good. I'm so sick and tired of flying things that are slow as hell like the Bombushka. It's actually decently maneuverable as well, as we can see. It's not so slow like the Bombushka once again, so you do have that capability going for you. Now, to enter the gunner seat while flying the aircraft, all you need to do is hold right on the D-pad. That's all you got to do. So we're going to do that right now. Holding right on the D-pad, we can see I enter the gunner seat. And we are able to use that same 40mm cannon, which does do a pretty decent amount of damage. We can see there's some cars down here, and if I'm able to aim it on these cars, it will blow them up. But what's rather annoying is that you actually can't see the shots being fired. We can see that here. Like, unless you're really close to the ground, you can't see the shots. I don't know if they hit or not. You can't see them. So you have to get really close to the ground like this, and then you can kind of tilt it up, and then you can get this 40mm cannon, as we can see, to actually be able to hit its shots. But because of this, I feel like it kind of defeats a lot of the purpose of the aircraft, because I don't know, I feel like the whole point of it was to be a little bit stealthy, a little bit higher up in the sky, and be able to bomb your opponents. But I think what Rockstar is really trying to go with here is kind of this low blow up everybody, especially for the machine gun, the 25mm Gatling gun. Really the only way it's going to be effective is if you're fairly close to your opponents. So yeah, I don't know, a little disappointed in the weaponry on this plane. Like, yes, it has some really dangerous weapons, and it's pretty fun to mess around with. Obviously, you have the, you know, the cannon here, which isn't bad. But at the same time, I don't know. I find it a little disappointing that you can't even use any of the other weapons while flying. I wish that it had kind of an autopilot mode. When people told me originally if you entered the gunner seat that it was going to like automatically fly, I was thinking personally that the plane was going to circle around the map and you would just be able to sit in the seat and it would be, you know, autopilot. It would also be cool if you could set a destination it would go to and it would automatically fly there. However, that is not the case. In actuality, the plane just flies in a straight line, and it does not change in altitude from what you've set it at. In other words, if the Titan is heading towards Mount Chiliad, it will not stop going towards Mount Chiliad. It will continue to go there until it blows up. In other words, you've got to be really careful with it. Something else I should mention about it, which really disappointed me, is the back cargo door. The cargo door does not work. Now, it does. You'll notice that. We go to Manage Vehicles, Vehicle Preferences, and we go over to Vehicle Doors, wherever the heck that is, and we open up All, right? We can take a look at the cargo ramp on the back. And you'd think to yourself, wow, it's a big cargo ramp. Look at that. It's got a lot of room, right? No, you can't go in it. Yeah, it's an invisible wall. You can't go in it. I've tried with a motorcycle. I've tried with a car. You can't go in the cargo ramp. This is the most disappointing thing I've ever seen in my life. Even the base frickin' Titan, you can enter the back of it. Hopefully Rockstar fixes this in the future, but this is so disappointing to me. Because you could easily fit a car in the back of this, and that would be so fun, but you can't. You can't. That's so disappointing to me. I'm actually really mad that Rockstar doesn't let you enter the back. I'm guessing it's because they would be like, oh, well, you're not able to enter the weaponry from the back, but I don't know. I think that's really stupid. I think it's way cooler that, like, the Avenger you can enter the back on. Now, obviously, you can't open the back of the Avenger, but I still think it's very cool that you can enter the back of the Avenger. You can't enter this at all. There's no camera whatsoever. It's really lame in that point of view. This thing also turns like a freaking boat, which makes sense. I mean, it's huge, but still, like, it is really slow on its turning capabilities. Definitely not going to be many areas you can land this plane. As we can see, I'm struggling even just to bring it over to my hangar in the military base. Oh my god. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to showcase some of the upgrades really quick on the Titan, and then I think we'll end off the video there. But yeah, it's definitely not as good as I was hoping it would be. To be entirely honest, I think the Avenger's better. The Avenger has the ability to go into stealth mode while sitting still. It has a little mammoth thruster, which you can have as well fly around with it. It has 4 different cannons, or maybe it's 3 different cannons that you can use around it. And not only that, but it can hover, which means you can enter the back of the Avenger, use your weapons. You can also store a car in the back of the Avenger. This aircraft should have had the ability to store a car in the back of it, just like the MOC and just like the Avenger. Not only to upgrade it, but also store, and it should have had a whole compartment where you have seats just like the Avenger. I'm so disappointed that Rockstar did not do that. So while this is a pretty cool aircraft, at the end of the day, I don't know. It's also really disappointing. I think that the Avenger for most players is going to be way better. I think the weaponry on the Avenger is honestly more devastating, but you can let me know in the comments what you guys think. Either way, when it comes to upgrades, it's pretty basic. You got countermeasures, handling, engine, you got some livery options, which we can see here. And to finish off, we have the respray. But, yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in the Titan, to be entirely honest. I think most of you will agree that it's not all that it lives up to be. I know other YouTubers have said, like, oh, it's a beast, being like Gilly Master, but, I don't know. I feel like you'd be a lot more dangerous just driving a Rogue, or flying around in a Raiju, or using an Avenger. You can let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I seriously think the Avenger is better than this. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. See you in the next one. Bye-bye!